Here's a walk away and pass me by.
All right, what's going on? This is All Access Detroit here, and I'm joined with a Detroit superstar. She's been all over. She's a actress, singer, and a little bit of a fashion icon. I'd like to introduce Jessica to the program. How we doing?
What up, though?
Hey, great to have you. Yeah, definitely. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and hop into it. So Jessica, I know, you're very prolific, with your both your music, fashion, and acting. Which came first for you?
Always the music came
Really?
first.
Okay.
Always, I've been singing my whole life. But neck and neck is the fashion because I've been sketching and drawing since a little girl. We used to get the JCPenney catalogs, and I would go straight to the back and look at the wedding dresses and create my own. So I just, for so long, those two were probably the music came 1st.
Nice. I love that. That's awesome. And yeah, I could see that. It definitely seems like you're not new to any of this. I could see like it started as like a childhood passion for sure. No doubt about it.
A little bit newer, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And so I mean, so you kind of touched on that, the music's a little bit more pervasive. And I was curious because, most artists that you meet like have very strong like cultural ties to where they come from. So how do you
Mhm.
feel like Detroit influenced your musical style?
Oh, absolutely. Well, not just Detroit, but growing up singing in church, been in church my whole life,
Yeah.
singing in church my whole life too. But definitely, um, Detroit is such a musical place. Like everybody that I know can sing or do something in music, right? So, um, it's just it's like it's in your blood, kind of. But yes, being from Detroit influenced me heavily from all of the artists that are from here that inspire me. From Stevie Wonder,
Hmm.
probably was my biggest influence when it came to songwriting. I was so intrigued to hear his music, and I want to tell a story too. Like I used to
Yeah.
study music. Um, the Winans, big influence on me. Um, just that's how I learned to sing is mimicking them and CC Winans. So uh, yeah, it's we have all of the influence that we need right here in the city, right here in
Yeah,
Detroit.
yeah, no doubt about it. And you're so right. I mean, Detroit especially, like as and Detroit proper, like if you're out in anywhere in Metro
Mhm.
Detroit, it's not as so much as like
Yeah,
everyone being a musician, right? No, I could definitely see
Detroit
that.
pop. I moved out to a couple of places, but I grew up right in Detroit, Detroit proper, on the
Yeah.
east side. That's where I grew up at. So glad I have.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mhm.
And so, could you tell us about maybe a performance of yours that you feel like stands out, especially in your career?
Let's see, a performance that stands out. I would probably say probably in the eighth grade, I did a talent show,
Mm.
and me and my friends we sung "Killing Me Softly," um, you know, by the Fugees Lauren Hill, and that was the first time. Even though people knew I could sing a little bit, but that was like the first time that my parents heard me sing, and they were my dad. I looked out in the crowd, my dad was crying, and it was just like a surreal moment. That probably was like my debut singing to the seventh grade talent show. So that was probably my biggest moment because it wasn't just like, oh, I know I can sing now. Other
Yeah,
people know that I can sing too. So yeah.
that's crazy. So, I mean, yeah, that's like kind of showcasing your talent and such. Eighth grade's not like young either. So, what made you want to enter that talent show and kind of like say like it's time to
Because I
showcase things?
yeah, I was in choir, and even though, like I said, I knew I could sing to myself. I think it was seventh grade. I knew I could sing, but it was just the opportunity. Finally, when I was younger, I always tell the story how I tried to do a talent show. I was like in the first or second grade, and I tried to sing a duet
Yeah.
by myself. It didn't really go too well. Uh, big, you're solo, but you're trying to sing a duet, male and female version at that. So that didn't go too well. So ever since then, I had stopped trying to do talent shows. So later on in life, I tried again, and it went well. So.
Yeah, definitely.
hmm
And what do you think have been some of the biggest challenges you faced in your musical career?
Man, I would just say the consistency.
Mm,
You know, you want to be at a place where you can just do music full time, right? Like, but unfortunately, well, I won't even say unfortunately. I'll just
yeah,
say you have a 9 to 5. You
yep,
have, I'm a single mom, young single mom at that when I was younger. So,
yep.
a lot of responsibilities and you have a lot of things. You're kind of tackling several things at once and you want to just be able to dedicate all your time to music because you still have to pay bills. Rent is due.
Mm-hmm.
so,
Yep. I hear that.
so that's a challenge is just being focused enough because I believe in order to make it in music, it has to be like a 9 to 5. This is something that you have to do and dedicate your time to every single day. So I would say that would probably be one of the challenges. And sometimes it takes some of us a little bit longer, but hey, I look back and I have a good body of work of music. So it's never too late.
Yeah, definitely. And Jessica, I give you a ton of props for that. There's a ton of I guess even people who have everything handed on a silver platter, like the rich parents and stuff, even they have issues with consistency. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Let alone like ordinary people or stuff like that. So yeah, definitely. And putting your passion first is huge. I
yeah,
think. So
absolutely.
there you go.
Absolutely. hmm
And yeah, I know you have some original songs as well, right? So, really, how do you approach songwriting, and what kind of themes do you like to explore in your music?
Um, it can be so random. I'm
Yeah.
driving in a car and I can just hear something and then just finish it. Go home and finish it or finish it in the car. But then I have some more personal songs, like the Marilyn Monroe song, God Made Me. That's a very personal
Mm-hmm.
song. Kind of, my own experience in life. Um, kind of inspirational. So I have those types of songs that I'm just telling my own story. Another song that I have, um, Catch This Vibe. It's just me telling a story. Um, and Step Into This Groove, that's kind of just a fun song for Detroit, for the city, for the culture, just for those who like to step, ballroom, skate. It's just something that has a step, a little box for everybody to get down to. Um,
Yep.
so, love song, always got a story there. So just several different topics, but everything that comes from a personal place in my heart, every song that I write.
Okay.
Even
Yeah, that's excellent, and that I think that's the best way to do it.
even the gospel songs are very inspirational. So yeah. hmm
Yep. Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, I'm just curious as well. I'm sure you've gotten some good bits as well, but what would you say is the best advice you've received in your career? And I mean, if you want to shout out who it was from as well.
Okay. That's I let me tell you, my
Yeah.
mom, my dad too are pretty much helping me from driving off the cliff on the daily. So let's just say. So they inspire me all the time. telling me not
Nice.
to get, reminding me of my calling, reminding me that God gave me the gift to sing and to write, and that I have a story and a testimony. I actually have a very strong testimony. So my son, my children remind me. It's so many, my best friends, my church. It's so many people that um, inspire me and encourage me um, on a daily just to keep going. And when other things in life let you down or don't work out, the first thing people tell me is, well, maybe that didn't work out for you because you have a calling, or maybe that didn't work out for you because you really need to be singing and doing music. So maybe that's why that job didn't work out for you. So I have several people in my corner encouraging me all the time.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's great. And yeah, glad to hear, you got the whole community
Mm-hmm.
really, or your whole community rallied behind you, definitely.
Yeah, most that.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was thinking maybe we could. So I know you've had a strong, foothold in music and then the fashion as well. And then
Mm-hmm.
I think this is more of a recent venture for you, right? Is the acting? Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, could you tell us about that a little bit?
Absolutely. Well, I've auditioned when I was younger for different, like I auditioned for the Wiz, and I had got like a small part on stage for that, just in the ensemble, and because of some circumstances, I wasn't able to be a part of it. So it's just like ever since then, I have been, that was 10 plus years ago. Ever since then, I have still just been trying to be, especially in musicals and just
Mm.
being able to sing on stage is like my number one passion. But I actually started out behind the scenes when it came to film. I used to do wardrobe for
Mm.
film and things like that, but when it came to music and I started trying to get my music into films and then it was just like, you know what, maybe you should try to get back into acting. And so I took some smaller opportunities and then I started getting bigger roles in some films, some smaller films and things like that. So to me, it's just, that part is fun. It's just something, it's fun for me and I enjoy it a lot. But my goal is to help other people get into that. And like
Yeah.
my daughter, she is a thespian. She's been in acting and theater since the time she could walk and sing. So I really wanted to open the door for her. So I wanted to learn more about acting and film, and so I could pretty much put her into put her into place and get her. So that always has been my number one goal when it comes to acting is to help my daughter.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. I mean that's when you spell it out like that, it makes perfect sense, right? Like doing the wardrobe leading right to acting.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, that's not even a story that I hear too much. Like normally the wardrobe person like doesn't want to kind of put themselves.
That was me at one
Yeah.
point. That was me. I was a little intimidated by it, but
I would be too. So it's
by me,
tough, but yeah,
uh,
props.
by me always singing in front of people and sharing and even ministering in front of people, it was something that I easily was able to transition into. So kind of having an audience. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great. Are there any actors or actresses that you feel like are some of your bigger influences when it comes to acting?
Absolutely. I love Angela Bassett.
Mm.
I love Angela Bassett. I do. We always used to, me and my brothers used to watch the Jackson story, the American Dream, and she
Yeah.
played Jackson. And I'm not lying to that movie, me and my brothers. So, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you. When she did that, I know every line to that movie. No cap. So, um, So yeah, and I love Angela Bassett, Halle Berry. I love Liam the Son. That's one of my favorite actors. I actually met him one time, and
Oh,
I didn't
nice.
know it was him. It was in Fashion Week, and I looked up. I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, are you an actor? And he looked at me like, are you serious? But I didn't know. I couldn't think of his name at the time. This was years ago. So that was a funny story. But yes, I have a lot of favorite actors and actresses. Denzel, Viola Davis, she's good. So yeah, and one of my best friends, Kelly Winans, she is an actress. She's a phenomenal actress. So shout out to her. You
That's
Rooney
dope.
was in New York. She's such a great actress. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's awesome.
Hmm.
Um, and when you kind of when you're assigned like a character, how do you like to get into your role?
Um, becoming familiar with the script, character
Yep.
development, really have to dive into not just um, not just the script itself. You have to be aware of the context, the setting, what's going on um, in that character's mind at the time, and not only just delivering the script, but what's the body language? What will be next? What's going to come next?
Hmm.
Um, how would she turn her head? How would she blink at that moment? Like your whole body has to be involved in acting, not just, knowing lines, but bringing the characters to life. So you really kind of have to sink deep into the role and kind of lose yourself in it, which is a little scary. But you do have to lose yourself into totally just commit and have the conviction of bringing that character.
No, that I think that's the best way. I'm glad to hear, there's no like phoning it in or anything. It's
No, you
go
really
big or
have.
go home with you, Jessica, eh? So I
Mhm.
love it.
Mhm.
And there was one, if we could circle it back to your singing career real quick. I heard that you performed at the Grammy tribute show to Stevie Wonder.
No, I didn't perform. I was able
Oh,
to
sorry. You did what? Sorry.
attend. We are going to speak that into existence that one day I can
Yes,
perform.
yes, let's speak it into existence.
And
Sorry, I'm like, yeah, I guess the research must have got a little mixed up there.
I was able to attend. I went to the Grammys last year, last February, as a guest, and
Okay.
phenomenal. And then years before that, I went to a Stevie Wonder Grammy tribute, and that was like I was crying boohooing the whole time because it's just like, man, this man has
Yeah.
just so much. And I was able to get all the way up on like near stage and everything, and just totally have a time. I had a time with that, so it was
Yeah,
like a
no,
good.
that's awesome.
Hmm.
Have there, as far as your music is concerned, have there been people that you've been particularly appreciative to have worked with, whether it's like a producer, another artist, or like even engineer, anything of that sort?
Yeah, shout out to Olin Ivy. All men have been working together since it's man, it's been like 20 years. Over when I used to just not have music for the songs that I would come up
Yeah.
with in those rides, and I would just go to the studio and sing and be like, "Can you put some music to that real quick?" And he would put music, sing something now, and send him like a little vocal memo from my phone, and he'll create something for me. Because that's what I had. That was my process. I used to just come up with songs and lyrics without any music, any tunes. So I used to have to get somebody to make the music for me. Um,
Hmm.
'Cause I was determined to write these songs. So, always been like my partner when it came to creating music. Mario. Winans, not that Mario Winans, another Mario Winans. He's from he's he is the husband of one of my close friends, Kelly, and we all lived together in New York, and we were all from the Midwest, Detroit and Chicago.
Yep.
We all lived together, and he had a studio in his apartment, so he was helpful. So yeah, I've worked with a lot of different producers. James, when I was living in Phoenix, Terrence,
Yep.
my parents, we worked together. I sung in a band. We had a band called Soul Central when I lived out in Phoenix. It was all of us were from Detroit, and we lived in Phoenix, and so we formed a band, and we had gigs and everything. So that was a cool experience.
Nice. No, that's really cool. Yeah, for sure.
And with
And who are some of your? I mean, speaking of collaborators, who are your dream collaborators?
oh, I also did a song with Samuel Sam Shabazz, and I'm gonna be
Oh,
released.
okay.
He's from here. He's a Detroit artist, and I'm gonna be releasing
Yeah.
that song. That was a dope collab. But I'm not gonna
Nice.
lie. I would love to work with Kanye. Like I always say that. like I feel like he would get me. You know, I have a lot of my mind can just go places when
Yeah.
it comes. And I feel like he could. I have like a lot of old school music inspiration.
hmm
I feel like he would get me. So I would love to work with like Kanye. That's our
I feel like
person.
that's just what he wants too. You know what I'm saying? And let me say something real quick. I mean, you got all these Kanye's he's washed allegations, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like what he's missing is your sound. Like I'm just saying very generally, right? Like you listen to his last couple albums, a lot of what it's missing is the kind of music that you make. Like he samples stuff like you all the time. You gotta
Yeah.
just tell him. You gotta tell him like this gotta
It's like
happen.
I said with him. It's some Detroit other producers like T Wayne. I think he's dope. Um,
Yep.
Hell of a made this beat. I like him too. Like
Okay.
it's so many dope producers in Detroit that I would love to work with that can give you a variety of sounds.
Yep.
And I would love to work with like Stevie Wonder too. Just a lot of musicians. You know, I love a good musician. So
Of course.
mhm.
That's great. What? So I mean, I'm surprised I haven't brought the touch on this yet. But let's talk about. I mean, because you're in fashion, let's talk about the current outfit you got on right now. Is you got the beanie, or I don't know. I'm a fashion like idiot, so you're just gonna have to break things down for
I
us.
always give you a hat. I don't know what that. I just always have a hat with everything.
Okay.
Hat of glasses. My hat and glasses collection is a little bit. It's it's a little deep. It's a little deep.
Yep.
yeah, and I think for glasses probably because I it's kind of a way of hiding myself or being shy, and I didn't know that's what that. I didn't know that's why I was doing it, wearing a hat or glasses. You know, to try to hide a little bit of yourself. So, but it is
hmm
what it is. It's kind of my style. So yeah.
Nice.
so yeah, I make
Awesome.
clothes things like that.
And what are your goals for? We can do your goals for each like major discipline you do, the fashion, acting, and music.
Yes, probably the most tangible right now would be the music.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get back into live performances again. Like I had a band, I sung with a band. Um, I just moved back home to Michigan, and
Yeah.
I lived for a while just because that's what I had to do. And I had a band out there, so I would love to get back into live performances here in Detroit
Mm-hmm.
area. Um, and I'm still recording, and I'm hoping to release this PK project hopefully before the summertime. That's my
Nice.
goal. So just I have all this music, and I don't have an album. I'll just have a single.
Yeah.
So I would like to release a project. So that's something that I'm hoping and praying that I can do. Fashion wise, I work in fashion as a 9 to 5.
Hmm.
Um, but I would like to be more entrepreneurial about that as far as my own collection, my own pieces of work that I've made. So I want to get, that's something that is a
Yep.
goal of mine as well. Hmm.
Nice. Awesome. Well, Jessica, I mean, real quick, is there any more details? Because I'm kind of curious. Is there any more details you could give us on this potential summer project that we could be hearing soon?
Just all the music that I've been working on over the years.
Mm.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Songs. Some of them I've released, but I have a lot of music, and I would like to just release this project and put it out here as a collection, just one album. So that's a goal of mine.
Yeah.
I some of the singles that I've released, I will include it plus new music. So yeah, I'm looking forward to, and there's some hip hop on there, it's
Mm.
gospel, inspirational R&B, soul, just so many things that I've been pregnant with for so long.
There you go.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait. Give us a message when that's out for sure. Give it, all access. We got you for sure.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it. And yeah,
Mhm.
Jessica, I think we're about ready to wrap up this interview now. So if you got any kind of message that you'd like to put out to any of your fans who may be watching, and maybe to the good people of Detroit who may be watching this as well.
Yeah, I would just like to say, in order to stay kind of abreast or stay up on my new projects, you can always follow me on Instagram.
Mm.
And I'm Jessica. I spell my name with a G. My Instagram is Jess underscore. So that's GESSIGESSI underscore Jessie Jess with a G. So you can always follow me on there just to keep me updated on my music projects, new releases, new acting gigs, films that I've been in, and just stay up on some of the things that I'm involved in. So I'll be releasing more music this month, next month. So I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome. Well,
Mhm.
hey, Jessica, thank you so much for coming on to All
Thank you.
Access Detroit. It was great to have this conversation with you. And, we wish you the best of luck with all your goals coming up. I'm sure you'll kill it. And welcome back to Detroit, too. That's huge, too, Let's
Long
go.
time. Long time coming, and I just wanted to share that you asked me, I forgot what you asked me, but one story that I always tell when I do an interview is you asked me, I don't know if you asked me this, why I was singing or why I do what I do. Did you ask me that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Something like that. Yeah. Maybe I think just worded a little differently, right? Like how it started. Yeah.
Yes, one of my testimonies, and I feel like I'm supposed to share this every time that I do an interview because I really am
Okay.
a miracle. Um, I was in 2014. I was having headaches
Mm.
really, really bad. So I went 2013. I was having really bad headaches. I was living in New York and I was just having headaches and, just my thinking was foggy. And, um, I just happened to go to the doctor and the doctor looked in my eyes and he ordered me an MRI. He's like, something's not right. So I went to the MRI, went to get an MRI and they found a brain tumor. I had
Wow.
a brain. Yeah. And so, we had to get the surgery and I was super scared, but I had to get the surgery and get, the tumor removed. And I wasn't for sure if I was going to make it. I didn't know what type of quality of life that I had. I didn't think I would be able to sing again or anything. And uh, when the anesthesia wore off and it was time for me to wake up, I woke up singing. I woke
Wow.
up singing. I woke up singing. It was like that was the first thing that I had to make sure that I could still do was, can I still sing? And so I sung, Yes, Jesus Loves Me, and
There
the
you
nurse
go.
joined in with me. And so I know that's why I still sing to this day, is because I feel like God gave me a second chance to
Of
live.
course, that's a real testimony from God. And I mean, I
Mhm.
just want to say, blessings to you for being safe and alive and, well with us, because that's a very serious thing that you went through.
Mhm.
And,
Yes.
I
So,
would have never known. Like, you look
yeah,
great,
that's
obviously, right?
definitely
And
the
perfect
song.
health.
Nobody will
So,
ever know that, but I just always want to inspire people and give my testimony and let people know that God is real. And you just have to just not take life for granted and use all of your talents to bless others. So yes.
of course. Jessica,
Hmm.
that's a, really profound way to end things,
Hmm.
definitely really appreciate that, your insight and your testimony there for sure. And guys,
Hmm.
all of Jessica's links will be down in the description. I mean, stay tapped in with her. She's got a lot going on for sure. So make sure you guys don't miss it. All right. Yep. Thanks again for coming on, Jessica. Peace.